All right, let's talk about the International Booker Prize. Yes, that Booker. The one that usually makes you think of hushed libraries, serious spectacles, and novels so dense they could stop a runaway tea trolley. It's prestigious, it's revered, and let's be honest, sometimes it's a little bit predictable. Like knowing your uncle will tell the same 3 jokes at every family gathering. You brace for it, you endure it. You might even politely chuckle. But this year, folks, the script got flipped, the tea trolley crashed, and it's all because of one name, Banu Mushtaq. Picture the scene, if you will. It's May 22nd, 2025. The air in the Grand Hall is thick with anticipation and the faint scent of expensive disappointment for the runners-up. The judges, looking particularly solemn, as if they've just had to decide which of their children gets the last biscuit, step up to the microphone. And then they say her name, Banu Mushtaq. Suddenly it's not just another Tuesday in the literary world, it's the Tuesday where someone decided to spike the Earl Grey with a shot of pure, unadulterated chaos. And honestly, we are here for it. Now, why is this such a big deal? Why are monocles reportedly shattering across the home counties? Because Banu Mushtaq isn't your typical Booker laureate, not by a long shot. She didn't emerge from the hallowed halls of Oxbridge with a manuscript clutched in her perfectly manicured hand. Oh no, her story and the story she tells is a little different, it's a little louder, it's a little more real. And real, as we know, can be deeply inconvenient for those who prefer their literature neatly packaged and easily digestible. This win isn't just a gold star on a book cover, it's a tremor in the force. It's a signal that perhaps, just perhaps, the gatekeepers of great literature are starting to realize that stories come in more flavors than vanilla. Or more terrifyingly for them, that the people who read books, actual living, breathing people, might want something that reflects the messy, complicated, and often uncomfortable world we all live in. The shockwaves are already palpable, and the aftershocks, those could redefine the landscape for years to come. So, who is this Banu Mushtaq, the woman who apparently caused the entire literary establishment to collectively spit out its tea? Well, she's not exactly a household name, or at least she wasn't until last night. Forget the lineage of literary lions and debutantes who summered in Provence. Banu Mushtaq hails from the bustling, chaotic, and frankly far more interesting streets of Hyderabad. Her father wasn't a tenured professor of classics, he sold spices, yes, actual spices. Cardamom, turmeric, chili, the kind of things that add flavor, not just to food, but apparently to literature too. Her early life wasn't spent in quiet contemplation in a wood-paneled study, it was spent amidst the cacophony of the market, observing, listening, absorbing the stories that swirled around her, like the scent of cinnamon and cloves. She reportedly wrote her first snippets of prose on discarded ledgers, the backs of invoices, anything she could find, her early attempts at getting published. Let's just say the rejection slips could have wallpapered a small room, probably a very fragrant room, but still a room full of no thank you. This isn't a tale of effortless genius, it's one of grit, determination, and probably a lot of chai. Her journey to the Booker stage wasn't a red carpet affair. It was more like navigating a particularly treacherous obstacle course, blindfolded while juggling flaming torches. She self-published her first collection of short stories, Whispers from the Gullies, which sold a respectable, if not earth-shattering number of copies, mostly to intrigued locals and a few adventurous tourists. It was raw, it was unconventional, it was everything the traditional publishing houses told her readers didn't want. Turns out they were spectacularly wrong, as they so often are. Then came Echoes of the Monsoon Market, the novel that has now etched her name into history. This wasn't a book written to please the critics, it was a story that clawed its way out of her, demanding to be told. It's a testament to a voice that refused to be silenced, a perspective that insisted on being seen. She wrote not for accolades, but from a place of profound necessity, and in doing so she accidentally gatecrashed the biggest literary party on the planet. Awkward for them, brilliant for us. Now, what about the book itself? Echoes of the Monsoon Market. Sounds rather poetic, doesn't it? Almost tranquil. Don't be fooled. This book is about as tranquil as a hornet's nest kicked by a runaway elephant. It's a literary hand grenade disguised as a novel. The controversy, and oh boy is there controversy, stems from pretty much everything about it, from its fractured narrative structure that jumps between timelines like a nervous flea, to its unapologetic use of regional dialects and street slang that has sent linguistic purists into a tailspin. The plot, if you can call it that in the traditional sense, dives deep into the murky waters of post-colonial identity, intergenerational trauma, and the kind of everyday struggles that don't usually make it into prize-winning fiction. It's not a comfortable read, it's not meant to be. It's designed to grab you by the collar, shake you violently, and then ask, see, this is what it's really like. Some critics are calling it an assault on narrative cohesion. Others are hailing it as a revolutionary act of literary decolonization, which basically means people are really, really mad or really, really excited. The old guard, bless their cotton socks, are aghast. This isn't literature, they cry from their ivory towers, clutching their first editions of Proust. It's a jumbled mess. Where's the beginning, middle and end we were promised in school? They lament the decline of proper English, conveniently forgetting that language, like everything else, evolves. Or perhaps they just don't like being reminded that the world is bigger than their very specific, very curated corner of it. It's the literary equivalent of your granddad complaining about modern music. It's just noise. Yes, granddad and sometimes noise is exactly what we need to hear. But then there are the others, the readers, the younger critics, the people who aren't afraid of a book that challenges them. They see Echoes of the Monsoon Market as a breath of fresh, if slightly spicy air. They praise its audacity, its honesty, its raw, unvarnished portrayal of life on the margins. For them, Mushtaq isn't just a writer, she's a truth-teller. She's given voice to the voiceless, and that in itself is a monumental achievement. The debate is raging, and it's a beautiful, messy, glorious thing to behold. So, Banu Mushtaq has her booker. Her book is flying off the shelves, probably causing minor stampedes in bookstores that haven't seen this much action since the last celebrity cookbook. What happens next? Well, for one, a lot more people are going to read Echoes of the Monsoon Market, and a lot more people are going to have very strong opinions about it, which is, the point of art. It's supposed to make you think, to feel, to argue over dinner, not just sit there looking pretty on a shelf. This win, whether the traditionalists like it or not, sends a powerful message. It says that stories from outside the dominant Western narrative not only matter, but can also be recognized for their artistic brilliance. It suggests that experimental forms, challenging subject matter, and voices that haven't been amplified before are not just welcome, but essential. It's a crack in the old foundation, and through that crack, a whole lot of new light and new talent might just pour in. Or, the establishment could just double down on familiar narratives next year. It's always a possibility for future generations of writers, especially those from backgrounds similar to Mushtaq's. This is seismic. It's a beacon. It proves that you don't need the right connections, the right education, or the right kind of story to make your mark. You need talent, yes. You need perseverance, absolutely. But most importantly, you need a story that burns within you. Banu Mushtaq's triumph is an invitation for others to bring their own unconventional narratives to the table. And that, my friends, is genuinely inspiring, even for a cynical curmudgeon like myself. Ultimately, Banu Mushtaq's book a win is more than just an award. It's a cultural moment. It's a provocation. It's a testament to the enduring power of a story well told, no matter how unconventionally. Is it a permanent shift in the literary landscape? Or just a fascinating, fiery blip on the radar? Only time and a whole lot more books will tell. But for now, let's raise a glass or a cup of strong, spicy chai to Banu Mushtaq. She didn't just win a prize, she started a conversation, and that's something worth celebrating loudly.